Our Perfect Stormy Day. Illustrated by written by Kalakolahua Hurley, Disney Storybook art team. One morning, a storm passed over Motunui Island. Most people didn't welcome the cold and wet weather, but Moana was not most people. "We can't work today," she said to Pua and Heihei, "so instead, we're going to Grandma's." Ever since she was little, Moana had spent stormy days with her Gramma Tala. After all, Gramma Tala was Moana's best friend and a master storyteller. Friend and plus, Gramma Tala could always use an extra hand around the house, and Moana loved to help. So she, Pua, and Heihei hurried over. Drenched by the rain, Moana, Pua, and Heihei slid into Gramma Tala's fail with a crash. "Now that was an entrance," laughed Gramma Tala as she went in for a hug. "Wait, we're soaked," Moana warned, but Gramma Tala didn't mind. "Good thing rain is water and water dries," she said. "Now get settled. I have a new story about a storm. I've been waiting for the perfect day to share it with you." Everyone settled in and Grandma began to speak, but Moana couldn't focus. She heard a drip, drip, drip. Moana looked up and spotted a small hole in the ceiling. "Grandma, you have a leak," interrupted Moana. "Let me fix it for you." But Gramma Tala waved her off. "Never mind that old leak. We learned to live together a long time ago." Moana tried her best, but she couldn't ignore the puddle forming on the floor. "Grandma cannot patch this leak on her own," Moana thought to herself, "but I can. If I'm quick, she might not even notice I was gone." With that, Moana climbed up to the ceiling. When Moana had finished, she slid back down and landed plop right in front of Grandma. Gramma Tala laughed. "Thank you, Moana. No leak is safe from you," she said with a playful nudge. "Now, can I get back to my story?" Moana nodded in reply. Gramma Tala was just gearing up when clap, crackle, boom, lightning flashed and thunder roared. The weather frightened Pua, who jumped sky high and crashed into a pile of Gramma Tala's prized storytelling tapa. "Oh, Grandma, your tapa!" cried Moana. She rushed to clean up the mess, but Gramma Tala insisted Moana stop. "The tapa can wait," Gramma Tala said. "Come and sit. I'm finally getting to the good part." Moana took a seat and Gramma Tala continued. Outside, the wind howled and the fail's woven curtains flapped wildly. Not only that, Heihei had wandered outside and the wind was blowing him around like a tumbleweed. Moana's eyes were locked on the swirling bird. With a final whoosh, Heihei re-entered the fail, somersaulted across Gramma Tala's floor. And landed safely in Moana's lap. Just then, Moana noticed that Gramma Tala had stopped talking. In that moment, Moana's heart sank. "I'm sorry, Grandma," she said. "I keep getting distracted when all I really want is to spend time with you." Gramma Tala pressed her nose against Moana's, and Moana took Gramma Tala's hands in hers. "One more time," Moana said, "and I promise I am listening." Then once again, Gramma Tala began her story, and Moana soaked up every word. Outside, the storm continued, but inside, nothing could dampen Moana and Gramma Tala's perfect stormy day.